Hey everyone, this is Crash with a quick explanation about a little bit of the formatting for this. You see, we recorded the first half of this session back in November 2025, but we weren't focusing on this particular arc because we have other campaigns that we are focusing on more, and, well, quite frankly, we really like the technicalities games that we've been doing with GURPS Wars and wanted to do more of those. And then late December, we had an opportunity to do another part of this arc, and we'd forgotten that the first episode was still the current episode because we stopped at the halfway point. So this is two part ones. Plot-wise, everything is working. The plot shouldn't have any holes. But all the other stuff is a little awkward. If you don't know, it was two part ones. With that said, on with the show. Buttons
have been pressed?
Well, technically pressed and depressed mean the same thing, except when they don't. The button has been seeing a therapist. I think
We're
it's
live.
Okay.
Ish.
We're live. Well, I am alive. There are many lives, and I am one of them.
Glad we cleared
We're
that up.
We're recording.
We are
Okay.
currently
Oh,
recording.
welcome to Hi, welcome to GURPS Wars, a homebrew GURPS Star Wars campaign. And I'm Beth, your hapless GM, and we've got Crash, and we've got Ellie, and we've got EO. And would anyone like to give the highlights of what happened last time with the characters? Otherwise, I'll have to.
We all died. The end.
That is not what being promoted is. Also, I
No,
didn't get promoted.
I do not act.
This way I get to go on vacation.
And Tuxa
Well,
had...
when you pretend to be dead on your paperwork, then that's fraud, and Darth Chardonnay gets mad at us.
It's not
Oh,
fraud.
true.
It's a false flag situation. We filed the paperwork properly for that. Anyone who doesn't know was simply uninformed and probably should have checked with the local office about current operations. That's a them problem.
Right. I'll do the important recap. After the last adventure, Antuxa, who has been an apprentice for a while, decided to file the paperwork with Darth Chardonnay petitioning for a lordship. And Darth Chardonnay, instead of either sending the paperwork back with addendums for why a lordship was not appropriate at this time, or instead of sending addendums back saying that no, I just refuse, decided that, yeah, sure, Antuxa can become a lord, and traditionally, unless she feels like jumping to some other Darth, she will be Darth Chardonnay's vassal lord, which means that she gets a better paycheck, can get a better apartment assignment, and take apprentices of her own, but ultimately she's still reporting to Darth Chardonnay for now. She has some other things she could, get married without having to petition him, that kind of stuff. When you're an apprentice, your master has a certain control over, if not your social life, at least your social obligations.
They let me unlock the East Wing in my stronghold.
The Capera one, of course. Of course you have the Capera one, don't you?
I've played enough MMOs to understand what the reference was, even if I didn't know where the reference was from.
You broke the GM, Ellie. You broke the GM.
Well, while that mysterious
Right.
voice from behind the fourth wall is recovering, I've also become a lord. Except, in my case, I saw the paperwork that Antuxa was filing. I thought, on a lark, I'd file the same paperwork. And apparently it was in the middle of a stack of flimsies that my Darth was completing. And they just
Ignoring.
went and signed all of them without actually reading them, which...
I thought you
Wait,
pinned
I
him to
thought
the
you were
ceiling
working
for a
for
while.
lord who worked for Chardonnay.
Well, something
Yes,
like that.
technically. Yes,
the character would not have made that mistake. I do like the idea that Rand went in and just pinned them to the ceiling for a while until something was signed. But I really like the idea of here's a stack of papers that needs to be processed, just needs your signature on them. They go through and sign all of the flimsies, and one of them is Rand's promotion, and that particular lord has still not noticed.
That seems entirely plausible. We'll go with that.
They never asked me to do anything anyway. That's why I was on permanent loan over to Darth Shardanak.
I mean, occasionally you reported back in and you had things like, bring him some calf and fetch him a lunch from down there. He's busy working. You're
Some people just have sorry.
Go.
I was saying some people just have apprentices out of social obligation.
This is accurate.
The new apprentice comes in, and that particular lord doesn't notice that it's a different apprentice.
Technically, they're supposed to acquire.
Naturally, some people just have apprentices out of social obligation. It's what you do. You grow up, you find another lord you're compatible with. Your parents like him. His parents like you. You have an apprentice.
I have some questions about what that says about how you think of family life.
Said we've met her family. We know she's joking, right? You're joking, right? Just making sure.
Of course
I'm not
joking.
sure this is incompatible.
I arose from one of those things that hang on the wall these days.
A tapestry?
Wait, what? I didn't get...
My internet is still misbehaving. Give me a second.
Anyway, I'd like everyone to meet my new apprentice. A mouse droid with a lightsaber taped to it comes into the room.
Hey, that's mine.
No. You can't say they all look alike. That's very rude. This one's mine.
In fairness, there are many like it.
The lightsaber makes it heavy on
almost-
one side, so it's just going in a circle.
I think I almost hit my Tizane voice there by accident. But in my defense, my throat is very dry.
Oh.
Anyway, the whole apprentice stabby thing was out of character. Rand is not actually doing that. Rand already has a full-time job maintaining a droid.
And does not need another full-time job maintaining everything a droid accidentally stabs?
To be fair, most of it wasn't stabs. It was more of a slow slice. I'm terribly sorry about the east wing of your new stronghold, Entuxa. I'm sure a new east wing could be built on the ashes. I didn't know
I'll think
stone
of
was
something.
flammable.
Everything's flammable once.
If we never get to the semblance of plot
Definition.
to use Beth's words tonight, I'm going to be okay with it because I'm having fun with the banter.
I'm fine with the banter too.
I know you're always fine with the banter.
Oh yeah, just so that our listening audience knows, I was going to run something else, but we don't have either of the two players for it tonight, so I quickly used the lasers and feelings table. I rolled just for grins, and then I went, I could work with this.
It's a good generator. The guy behind
It's a
Lasers
good
and Feelings
generator.
did some good work.
Yeah. I mean, I'm working with this. This works. Yeah, sure.
Shout out to John Harper, who clearly, almost certainly, does not listen to this show. I've seen the stats for this show. However, if he does, hey, you make cool games.
Yep. Anyway, but if you never get to the plot, this just means that I can work on the plot more and have a spare plot if I need to. So, new lords, Lord Antuxa, Lord Ran, and Apprentice Sin, who is still tagging along a fair amount because it's either tag along after Antuxa or hang around in Chardonnac's side office and work on paperwork. So either one is considered good socialization for a apprentice who did not grow up in the Empire, shall we say.
Oh no, Sen going along with Antuxa on adventures is the equivalent of taking a pet for walks.
More like a little sibling, but yeah.
It's
Antuxa, take your little sibling out for socialization and walkies.
We have a play date. Don't dismember them this time.
Well, since it's my turn on the lightsaber.
I don't think you want it to be your turn on the lightsaber.
Not the glowy end.
With yes, on maybe no.
In my defense, I thought the glowy end was on the other side. I forgot it was a saber staff. My bad. Now, if someone could take me to a hospital, I'd really appreciate it.
So, and so just for grins, just so I can see if I can tie this in or if I'm going to have to make a GM intrusion, what are your plans after being, getting all your new office? You get a new office for this. You're not just using Shartnack's office or your living room. Now you get an office as a lord.
My
It's a
goodness.
little dinky, but you've got one. It's even got a tiny little spare room for sticking a droid in or having an apprentice or something.
You know what this means? I get to decorate.
Indeed. And what are you decorating with?
Actually, probably mostly bookshelves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a delight.
Bookshelves, a nice desk, a nice chair, something that, one of those picture frames that looks like it's a window, but it isn't.
What are you putting in it?
A camera view from outside the Sith Sanctum.
It's probably pretty popular with a lot of the interior offices and and most of the exterior ones too that don't have windows.
The thing about not having a window is that nobody can come in through it.
Not unless they are willing to make windows with lightsabers, and frankly, I suspect a lot of the walls are
Lightsaber through the
actually
wall is very conspicuous.
it's conspicuous, and frankly, I would not be surprised if the exterior walls on the sanctum, a lot of them were at least 2 lightsaber lengths thick, and some of the interior ones as
probably, or
well,
made of something resistant.
or all of the above. You get layers of patches that are resistant.
We find that there's a determined Sith apprentice trying to get in anyway. And they're a quarter of the way through, cutting through the window. Just stare at them from the other side, cheering them on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it any moment now.
They're not here to assassinate anybody. They just are after their master's key that got locked in their master's office.
Well done, darling, but wrong office. You want the one 2 windows down.
Here, let me help you.
What, hold them in place so that...
They need to go 2 windows down, not all the windows down. Rand can help with this.
Indeed.
Anyway, yes, I'm likely going to be decorating with bookshelves and, a couple of wall hangings. One of it, like I said, one of those mirrors, picture frames that holds a display that lets you show outside views. One does appreciate a little sunlight sometimes, even if it's ersatz.
Even if it's Dromakas and sunlight can be a little bit diffuse a lot of the time.
Oh,
Although
my collection of broken holocrons.
Mm-hmm.
And research materials. The kind of thing a Sith Lord needs.
Right. Small, slightly fragile trinkets that you can crush telekinetically in a rage. Breakables.
Huh.
I figure that's a category of things that people just buy. They're called breakables, and they're relatively inexpensive little trinkets that you get angry and you crush them with telekinesis, or you zap them or whatever, and whoever's in the room who you aren't strangling knows that you're angry.
That's a whole category in the Space Seers catalog, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Spears catalog.
Yes, the breakables category. I mean, you want them to be attractive, and if you're a certain kind of Sith, you actually like it if they show dust pretty well, because that means that you've gone a long time between breaking something. Which
exactly.
Yeah.
If you're a slightly different kind of Sith, you have a can of dust lying around.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, thank you. I know how dust is made.
Indeed. Anyway, yes, that
Okay.
is how I'm decorating my office. I do want a nice desk and chair, though.
You can certainly get a nice desk and chair. As you are decorating your office, you are getting a call of the brand new, someone is reporting to... You got routed to this because you are a lord who does not have a lot of obligations at the moment. That they need someone to go and pick up some flimsy work from a little planet that's kind of on the border where you've got the Treaty of Coruscant happened. Oh gosh, almost what, a year and a half now, 2 years. Someone else will have to do the timeline for this. It's near the new border that was established with the Treaty of Coruscant when the war between the Sith Empire and the Republic ended is certainly a word that you could use. A lot of people just think it's a ceasefire, so ended isn't. Since the treaty, there's a border that was formed, and someone needs to go pick up some flimsies from the border and make sure that everything is actually above board and these numbers do in fact add up with the numbers that were expected. Someone look around on the ground, that kind of thing.
Yes, I understand.
So you are encouraged to leave, not like instantly drop everything, but within the next day or so. You can pack your bags, all that. The anticipation is basically that you will go to a place, you will take some paperwork, you will look around, ask a few questions to make sure that no one is cooking the books, and bring back the paperwork to make sure that no one is filing things that they shouldn't electronically that are not the books.
Right.
This is also the sort of thing that you really, and you aren't going to know one way or the other until you get there. This is also the sort of thing where people will send essentially spy reports that they don't feel are safe to travel encrypted. And you really will not know until you get there if that's what's going on or not. Sometimes people just pick up regular stuff, and that way the SIS can follow you around, and all you're doing is checking to make sure that the books aren't cooked. So,
Sin, darling, how do you feel about going off planet for a bit?
Sounds great.
Rand
Yeah,
dials
right.
in.
I have been trying to find tax reports on somebody who apparently doesn't exist and might be like at least 2 or 3 people for how long has it been since you got promoted?
I don't know.
I kind of lost track of time.
few days.
Ah.
Getting everything in is probably, you've been redecorating, etc. Oh yeah, so Sen's been trying to look for Darth Zygel, huh? 3 Sith in a very long trench coat. Yes, well. Okay, so
I don't care if I turn up either of the Dark Sigils we interacted with. One of them owes money.
and the other one owes you owe them a punch in the face.
I'm willing to take both of those things from whichever one I turn up. And if they don't know what's going on, then they should yell at the other people who are using that name.
They may know what's going on. It's mysteries, okay? It's mysteries.
Yeah, which is why I haven't turned up any sigils. Anyway, all of that paperwork is making my brain leak out my ears, so yes, I would love to come along. Besides, I'm always glad to help.
Which I appreciate. Thank you.
At that moment, Rand calls in from his new locale, which is a newer, larger apartment, which has the same amount of living space because of all the things that he canonically got from the Whispering Lantern in the last arc. Some of which has been unboxed, by the way. But other crates have had a nice thing draped over them to make them look like they're a pedestal that he put other things on top of because he still doesn't have the space. He might have agreed to too much in regards to purchases from the Whispering Lantern. That was a mistake for future Rand, and now he is future Rand. But anyway, he's calling in.
Why, hello, Rand, darling.
And Tuxa.
Funny, I was just about to call you.
Oh, wonderful. I need your help. It is an urgent matter.
Well, anything for you, darling. What can I do for you?
I'm bored.
I see. Well,
I thought being
I'm
a
about to take a
lord...
trip off planet.
I'll be right there. There's a knock on your door. It's Space Uber. It wasn't actually me.
Were you?
Your meal has arrived.
Were you?
Oh. But no, Rand will continue until Tuxa manages to shut Rand up somehow to complain because he thought being a lord would be neat. Fun for a lark, whatever. But the problem is, he's not having people give him a lot of orders right now. Other people are expecting him to give orders to them. And the few orders he's been given so far, he could just tell someone else to go and do the thing. And then he just sits there because the thing is being done by somebody else. He needs to get out of here. He's starting to go stir crazy. He's already fixed the droid that falls apart every 30 seconds to the point where there's enough new parts in it that it's not breaking every 30 seconds anymore. He needs to have an adventure somewhere with, well, maybe not so many cacti or buckets, but something fun.
Well,
and by the time, sorry,
I have a spaceship journey to go on and paperwork to sort through.
I'll pack my MREs. Wait, no, someone here just told me they have it packed for me. Oh, I'll be there as soon as possible.
Do I get the ship, or are we taking Sens? Nobody knows, because Beth is away. I say I get the ship. It's a Fury, but it's a double-decker.
Oh, I'm back. My
The idea of a
assumption-
double-decker Fury is...
that sounds like something
Fine.
technology made.
It's reminding me of how they messed up the official dimensions of the Fury by confusing feet and meters.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Creating a frigate. I'm not sure frigate is the right word. A small starship the size of a medium starship, shaped like a Fury layer cake.
Fury layer cake.
Yes, because that's what happens if you multiply all of its dimensions by 3, because you forgot you were writing down meters and not feet.
Okay, but why is the boulder here for scale? I don't understand why the boulder is here for scale. And is it a large boulder or a medium boulder? The labeling is somewhat difficult to read.
These things, they happen. They happen so much.
It seemed to happen more around us. Are we just good at noticing it? Can't be. I can never find my perceptions.
Well, that happens too. Okay, maybe
I'm going to roll to see if I can find my perceptions.
But you'll have
Hey,
to
made
roll
it by 5.
perception. Amazing.
I really just need the one more room.
Mm?
Are you building a map of your apartment right now?
No, I'm complaining about the Fury only having 2 real bedrooms.
Oh. Rand doesn't mind slumming it in one of the seats.
I thought the Fury had it's got a crew bunk and it's got the Lord's bedroom.
What I mean.
Yeah.
I should make one visible to everyone if it isn't already. Yes, it is. Okay. I see you're hanging on. You're looking at the Fury, or you could be. No, you're not looking. So, are you taking?
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. Are you taking the Ashfall or are you taking the Fury?
Honestly, it's up to you.
You are probably a new enough Lord Antuk so that you would have to file paperwork and you would get whatever Fury was in the random logistics, like rent a Fury fleet, so to speak. Yeah. Getting your own special Fury is something that is going to take a bit longer, especially if you want a double-decker.
But do we have to
Fair.
take this Lord from Biotics with us? Oh my gosh, did he never leave the Fury? He's been here the whole time.
I never
He's having a conversation with
bothered,
Sam.
apparently. Ashfall remodel is the one that you probably want to look at if you're looking at things. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Ashfall Classic and Ashfall Remodel.
Yes.
No, this one's got 3
Yes, the
bunks.
remodel has. Yeah, it's got 3 little bunk rooms. They're small, but they're present. It's got a little workroom.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Ashfall.
Reload it for everybody else. Let me.
And the engine room has
grab
plenty of
Theo
space
to
for
it.
activities.
Yeah, I mean it's not as cramped as it could be.
We could play
That's
Space
mostly
Bocce
where
Ball
the
in
cargo
there.
would. Yeah, well, it's got that great big thing in the middle that has all of the engine controls and whatnot in it.
I'm looking at the space south of the desk.
Oh yeah, that usually has cargo in it. So
Half
It's
the
where your
boxes are
crates-
Rand's MREs, the other half are in Tux's outfits.
yeah, pretty much. Okay, the you'll have to pull your character sheets over if you want updated character sheets just by clicking. I'll let you people do that.
Pick my character sheet the normal way in the sidebar.
Yeah.
Or you can, just remember that the character sheets on there are probably a little futzed up. FUTZ or ZT or something. Can I read what EO wrote in there? Or can EO read what they wrote in there? Or should I do
The
it?
dimensions you sent me would produce a fury the size of a frigate. If that's what Tech and Strat actually cooked up, fine, but a pause. It's not? You'll send me the corrected files? Wonderful. That's going to be a background conversation and some fic I write someday.
Yes, that's got to be. That's wonderful. Crash. As spaceport, the harried workers prepare a landing pad for a large fury the size of a small fury. Are you sure it's not a small fury the size of a large?
Look, all I know is it's either bigger on the inside or smaller on the inside.
Large fury.
The measurements on the inside are to a different scale than the ones on the outside. This is what you get when your interior decorators are a different species than the exterior decorators, and they don't talk to each other.
It's a problem.
All I know is the entire cargo hold full of a rainforest is spectacular. I don't know how they did it.
It all fits inside this little it's in the lift. It's shoved into the lift tube. It's sort of it's got this weird thing. It says, you're not quite sure what it says. It's not an Arabash, but there's the round thing an O maybe. There's a couple of them, and there's that backwards in. So
according to
maybe
this translation,
phone
it
box?
says police box. And why
Yeah,
did they paint your
that.
ship blue, Sen?
I didn't paint it blue.
No one has put a TARDIS in the thing. So
We got there
after-
eventually.
you get there eventually. Sen's ship is relatively small, and it's not a Fury, but possibly importantly, it doesn't look like a Fury. So honestly, maybe that's not bad. You are on the border here, and look, there's a treaty in place, but
We all know how much that's worth.
if a ship vanishes and doesn't get to radio back that it wasn't pirates, it was actually the Republic fleet, then is the treaty really broken? If the ship doesn't get out a distress call in the woods, does that mean the treaty is really broken? So it's not bad to have a ship that looks like just something you'd buy on Narshada. The planet that you get to is, well, it's just barely big enough to have an atmosphere. And even if the atmosphere weren't kind of horrible, it also kind of stinks. So you're actually pretty glad that you have these respirators on. They concentrate the oxygen and they keep it from smelling horrible. That's good. And the little settlement outpost, it's an outpost, is they take your call. They say, yes, please land at such and such location. There's all the little prefab things. Sen can roll for landing if Sen desires to do so. I will not require it.
I'm going to, just for fun.
Yeah, let's see if you break your ship.
I believe you gave me a +1 for this ship specifically. Yeah, this
+3.
ship still loves me.
Yes, it still loves you. Made by 5. That's actually made by 7 because I wrote it on the map here at the bottom. See?
Oh,
You bonded with
yeah, the
this
ship
ship.
still loves.
Yes, the ship still loves you. The Ashfall thinks that you're a good person, apparently, or something. Someday they're going to find this ship and they're going to say this whole thing's a Force artifact. What the criff? But not today. Not yet. You get someone coming out, doing the bowing and the scraping and the my lord, and Tuxa brought outfits. Oh wow.
Outfits for all of us.
Yes, you all have outfits. Are you
I'm assuming
appearing in these outfits?
I'm assuming Tuxa is wearing the one with all of the green crystals hanging from the large, wide-brimmed hat, with the
Obviously.
veil of green crystals going over the face. Elegant and
Mhm.
intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an order in Tuxa Red, Sen.
Yep. Rand gets the black outfit with the white decorations up and down the sleeves, looking somewhat military. The white trim on the cuffs and the collar, the black cape with the white lining, black shiny boots with white spurs, it looks like, or silver, and a sort of a suit thing that has crisscross with, leather, look red, and can't really describe that one easily. Looks a bit like one of the Star Trek diplomatic outfits
It kind of does.
with the shoulder, from going down from one shoulder down to the knee length on the coat side diagonally, and the other one has just black on black trim on the other side.
Put red leather trim on the outfit that Neo wears in the third mate. Kind of the vibe.
Yeah. So long overcoat thing with some decorations and the red on the collar and the cuffs.
But still doesn't restrict movement in case you have to teach someone the error of their.
Nor does it have a cape.
To get in
no
the
one
way.
can grab. Right, no one can grab your cape.
No capes.
Sorry, Ran, you have a cape. Although your cape is probably seriously breakaway. If anyone grabs it, it's like a lizard dropping their tail.
No, because a lizard dropping their tail, the tail just wiggles a little bit and maybe is a distraction. If someone attacks me while I have this cape, they'll be tied up for a bit. Anyway,
In any
Ren
case,
is still going to stop at the Spaceport convenience store and buy souvenir stuff to put on. Probably a souvenir hat, like a trucker hat, possibly with I visited insert name of planet here, and all I got was this lousy hat or something written on it.
Well, the only
very tacky.
spaceport with souvenir stuff would have been the one when you left Drummondcast, I fear.
Well, no, he's not going there.
This
he
planet
lives there.
Yeah, well, this planet does not have a spaceport big enough to have a souvenir stand.
Fine. He won't totally ruin the image of him wearing a very cool outfit that Intuxa worked really hard to find for him by putting something tacky on top of it. This time.
Sadly, there's nothing tacky that you can find except, like, if you really went digging, you could probably...
That Sen used to be wearing.
Yeah.
When they got on this ship.
You could, like, hit up the quartermaster if you felt like it and put on a regular
Rand doesn't want to have to
hat.
work to do that. It needs to be an impulse purchase. That's the spirit of it.
Well, the person who, greets you is the bowing and the scraping and the my lords, trying to figure out what Sen's status is, and they'll just go my lords and mostly address...
Sen's status is trying to keep a straight face.
So pleasure to have you here. We were told someone was going to... Never expect it to be a lord picking up the paperwork. We don't have it proper facilities. We apologize greatly. We didn't know we should be building something. Here, please, this way. The office is this way. Yes, of course, we will kick out the officers so you may stay if you need to. You get the usual. Well, it's not that usual, but it sure is usual when you're dressed like this. You get brought to the base commander's office. The base commander, a very harried looking, surprisingly so for a base this tiny, is sort of chases out the person who got you. Fine, you're dismissed. Go, get out of here. Close the door behind you and don't listen at the door, you little... It's like herding Gizka. My lords, I apologize greatly. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit stressed right now.
No means. How may we serve you?
My lords, please, it goes the other way. We are nominally a outpost for emergency fueling, and we do actually have repairs for most ships in some underground bunkers. What we really are, as you may know, is we're spying on the Republic from here. There's a small little planet, just a system over in the area that no one's supposed to be in. Except, well, I've been informed that the Republic is still doing some negotiations to get access to it because there's some kind of something they want on it. Probably some, I don't know. It can't be minerals. There aren't really good minerals there. It might be biologics. There's a lot of biologics there. The problem is that there's some pirates that have moved in.
Oh.
And the big problem is that the pirates are faking Imperial transponders.
Well, we can't have that.
Huh.
And then, so it's a bit of a delicate problem I've been informed of by some people I know in expansion and diplomacy, because if we bring in an appropriate fleet to handle the pirates and move it in to the planet to handle the pirates, it's going to be seen as the Empire trying to take possession of the planet that's being negotiated for. Right.
The problem with sending a fleet to take care of pirates who are faking Imperial transponders is that then you have real Imperial transponders.
Exactly. And if we tell them that we're terribly sorry, there's pirates there, and they're faking Imperial transponders, they think that it's Imperial transponders of some group that we're tattling on because we want the Republic to fight our internal enemies for us.
Naturally. So you want us to deal with the pirates, however we do it. And
yes, even if it's just one real Imperial transponder, then at least that's just one. It's not like it's a fleet. It's not us staging an invasion force.
indeed.
My lords, I apologize greatly for being the bearer of this news. It actually hadn't fully been established by the censors at the time we requested a personal pickup of a report. She hands
There's
over
nothing to
some flimsies.
apologize for.
Here's the report, and if you believe that you are not currently set up to confront any pirates, by all means, take the report back and get someone who has the gear or whatever that you might need.
My
I
only
can
question, I suppose, is how many pirates you think there are?
At the moment, I believe that they have maybe one ship in residence. They're establishing a base there. I've seen at least 4 transponder signals that I'm fairly sure are 4 different ships, but 3 of them are not there right now.
I understand. The reason I ask is, well, you see, it used to be the thing to do to when you rousted somebody from territory that you owned and didn't want anybody else to get the wrong idea about whether they were permitted to try and replicate the feat, you would mount heads on pikes. That's somewhat more difficult at orbital range, but if there were enough pirates, why, we could just establish a constellation around the planet. But
That is what
we'll
you
have to be a little
desire.
more subtle.
Mm.
All right, we'll take care of your pirates for you.
I
Thank
can
you
see
so
it
much,
now.
my lords.
Several years from now. Get them! They're heading towards that asteroid field. That's no asteroid field.
That's Entux's warning.
And took a star. I like it already.
Since we've been playing for a while, I believe that I've been informed we should probably take a break.
Yes. We'll get some rest and then head over next door.
To
Very
craft
good.
services, everyone. Okay. There is a cat that is scampering. This is a distraction. I love the 3 statuses that I am able to see in Discord right now. All of them have lightsabers, but I am ready to go when everyone else is.
Roll call. Crash is ready to go. Ellie.
Push that beautiful bean button.
Okay. EO.
Here and accounted for and ready to murder or not murder as required.
Oh, hey, there might be murder. Okay, ready, push the button.
Button is pushed. And also, bean button. Beans aren't even in any of my top 10 MREs.
Why not?
Well, they're mostly there for filler.
I would imagine that MREs would probably be low on the kinds of filler that would perhaps reduce unit cohesiveness. And beans have a rep.
They do. Almost as strong as the rep for sauerkraut. I went on a week-long Boy Scout camping trip where the people in charge of the menus served both in the same day.
That seems a bit unwise. Do you want to answer the question that Ran has been posed, or at least riff on the question?
I would love to.
I will read the question from Blagden. Okay, Ran. Now that you've returned from off-world and have some downtime, I present to you your question. Well, less a question, more a challenge. I have consulted many via grueling and thoroughly exhaustive, painstakingly detailed data gathering, and universally the people want to know, as you are renowned far and wide as an MRE aficionado, we need your full, all-encompassing tier list of each available style. And no, you can't just say that you love them all and put the lot into S&A tiers.
Well, why not? Because most of them go there. I'm just joking. Of course, some of them are slightly below A tier. It happens. It does happen. Not every manufacturer of MREs is created equal, and some of them have good years and bad years. For example, I could create a tier list on just chicken marsala, simply because some years they're very good, some years not so much, and this is a dish that you really want to let it ferment for a while to pick in all of the right seasoning. Now, what you need to avoid, you might think they're good, but you need to avoid the ones that are very, very spicy, because the spice is there to cover up what they believe is a bad taste. And this covers up any of the natural flavors. So, right off the bat, anything that involves taco spice or Tabasco sauce, barbecue, they're filling, they're nice, but if you're really wanting to have an evening of enjoyment, avoid those in particular. Not say those are bad flavors in general, just not so much in MREs. They're trying to hide their sins if they're putting it in an MRE. Now, I have created a comprehensive tier list that you can see here. And 1 second here, because you know what I have to do.
Now I'm worried.
What I have to do is be able to see my screen with these glasses. There we go. Okay, that's a TK other roll made by 16. Ram brings in a wall. The wall has maybe about 200 MREs nailed to it, and there's red string connecting them. All of the MREs look identical because that's what they do in the factory. They all have the same packaging. Somewhere on this wall is written, or scrawled, is a better word for it, Pepe Silva, but that's covered up by a few MREs, so it's hard to notice.
And they all have assorted ranks on them, presumably.
Yeah, well, they're various point notation, because depending on what you're looking for, it can change the tier.
So Rand's favorite MRE depends on what he's in the mood for.
Well, if you're trying to pair something with a white wine, it's going to be different than if you're pairing it with a non-alcoholic beer.
Or even an alcoholic beer.
If you are providing this to a friend, it's going to be different than if you're providing it to an enemy. Sen has already demonstrated the proper use for providing an MRE to an enemy, which involves high velocity.
Indeed.
And I think the best role I can do for this is bureaucracy. Made it by two. For Rand to explain the comprehensive rating system that he has created for properly sorting MREs, where someone else who has a bureaucracy skill would be able to follow what he's saying. I, being a teacher with very little patience for red tape, am left behind by my own player character.
Okay. If Rand feels that he has properly answered the question, so to speak.
Rand is still going in the background while we're having this conversation, and he sort of just fades out as we're continuing to talk. It's background noise. And picture, if you will, that's the live recording. And now we go to the episode that's been pre-taped while Rand is just in a picture-in-picture over in the corner, continuing to point at the various MREs for the rest of this recording. You can see craft services setting up behind the wall because that's where their table was supposed to be, and now it's just blocked from view. They're setting up little signs as craft services with an arrow pointing behind the wall. And some of them might be reinforcing the wall because they're afraid it's going to fall down on top of craft service.
I mean, that's always a concern. Hi! Welcome to GURPS Wars, a homebrew GURPS Star Wars game. I'm Beth, I'm GMing. I've got Crash, I've got Ellie, I've got EO, and apparently we're ready to game. So, while the distraction of the MREs is going on in the corner there, who would like to remind everyone of what we did last time?
I'm a lord now.
You filed the paperwork.
And no
Personally,
one
I'm
read
really
it.
hoping it's you who's going to remind us because you're the one with the notes.
We ended an
That's
arc
true.
last
It's been a
time.
while. Right. Well, let's
No,
see.
we
we
did.
had a whole episode.
It may be a short episode, but pretty sure it was a full episode. If it wasn't a full episode, it's a short episode now. Crash can always paste in a prior outro for plugging things.
That might be a lost episode. Who knows?
I hope not.
I'll post
think
it
it's
as a
lost.
lost
I think-
episode.
I think you recorded it.
Well, yes, but if we've all forgotten it,
No, I have notes. I remember enough.
We
Okay.
went to a random border colony world where they had requested aid because there were pirates on a nearby planet and they were using falsified imperial credentials and transponders. And they were worried that the Republic was going to blame them. So they asked us to deal with it.
Yep, that's about right. You got sent to pick up some, quote, paperwork, unquote, and it's it's not really a colony world so much as it's an outpost that's, okay, it's spying on the Republic, okay? And there's this planet in no man's land between, the border and, well, that's close enough. It's a dinky
Someone
little one.
went to a colony world. I can't be expected to keep track of all of these things.
Indeed.
also we recorded it over a month ago.
Yeah,
That's short as these things go.
it can be.
Old Rob
I
just
mean, look at
walks
the gaps
past.
between Plus Ultra episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, old Rob walks past on his way to craft services, and you're telling me. Oh, my favorite, toothless bears.
Toothless bears?
I think they're called gummy bears. That's what I said.
Oh.
Anyway,
Right.
yes, we were lured here with the promise of paperwork, and we're forced into doing, Sith things.
Oh no, Sith things.
Could be worse. We could be digging at a turkey mound or something.
Yes, that's true. At least someone else has that responsibility.
We are composed of references to other campaigns of
or just arcs.
various.
Or just arcs. And a modified HK droid walks past carrying a shovel, saying, I do not see the difficulty here. I do not have a factory center. And then walks over to craft services, which is
Everyone
still behind
goes
the
away
wall.
With a
And
shovel.
you see everyone leaving craft services.
Yep. And that would be the other GURPS Wars technicalities. Meanwhile, everyone else, some other people are from the Cypher ones. And anyway,
I hear I might get to stab pirates.
this is entirely possible. They think there's as many as 4 pirate ships that come and go, and they're pretty sure that only one is currently docked or landed or whatever.
So what I'm hearing is I get to hijack a pirate ship.
It seems possible.
I mean, we get to hijack the pirate ship, but I'm pretty sure I know which one of us would fly a hijacked pirate ship.
I mean, there is that.
You had sent at murder pirates steal their ship. I believe the correct term is
Oops.
loot. We are looting their ship.
We're not looting their ship.
I'm
Looting
sorry.
is appropriation without authorization.
I'm sorry, we're mandarining their ship.
We are summarily requisitioning their ship. I'm sure all the paperwork will be filed eventually.
The foreign took the clones over to the side, get working on it. That is a reference to something that the listeners will not know anything about, and it's fine.
Well, speaking of stabbing pirates and taking their stuff,
Yes. I assume that you have the ashfall. I can load you onto the ashfall if you want to be loaded onto the ashfall. It'd be a temporary thing, but,
I have been assuming this as well. It is Sen's ship, though, so I don't want to make any assumptions.
We have the
on their behalf.
ashfall.
All right.
And I have the boy. Meow. Hello.
Also, I'm making a 50-yard
Oh,
range
hungry?
bite attack. I only
Which
missed it
the
by
GM
2.
would.
I missed it by that much.
Indeed, you did. Okay. Slight pause for distracted GM as the cat climbs on my chest and insists on eating. And wow, he's opaque. So, Dickens, I can't see any of the screen this way. Move the computer.
GM
You have
subtracted.
the
Quick, everyone
ashfall.
give themselves more GURPS points.
No. Yes, the GM is very distracted.
GM subtracted. Everyone give a Lord Stabby more GURPS points.
I am not going to run a game where you're all Lord Stabbies trying to do something.
You heard her.
Although I'm now thinking,
That's
I'm now
unclaimed.
thinking,
I'm in favor of GMing this. Who's with me?
I'd run it in ultralight, and it would be something like the Lord Stabbies have to save the ship from pirate takeover.
I'd run it
Now,
in lasers and feelings.
Yeah, you could do it in lasers and feelings, but they're all laser, no feelings. They're mouse droids.
Listeners, you'll have to forgive us. One of us is a school teacher, and the school year just ended.
Well, calendar year. I've had my last day before winter break.
You're punch drunk.
That is the least of my stressors right now.
True. Don't fall. The computer must not fall off the lap. That would be bad. Here's your food. Gravity and physical constraints are certainly a distraction here. Terribly sorry. Attempt to persuade it. Okay.
I made my TK other roll by 7 to assist the GM.
I wish. Okay, just for grins, I am going to drag everybody onto the ashfall because I think it's funny, even though you're not going to stay here. You have your ship. Actually, you have Sen's ship. Sen, who made enough critical successes with their machine empathy that, well...
It is definitely Sen's ship, yes.
This is Sen's ship. They are in harmony with their ship.
Wasn't it like 2 critical successes?
Yeah, it was at least one that was spectacular enough that, you know what, yeah, sure, and it made sense. I think there may have been another one in there as well.
There is absolutely no doubt about whose ship this is.
Yes. In fact, Sen gets bonuses to ship-type skills, piloting, and whatnot, because this is their ship.
We may
not be an...
We just see Sen standing in the middle of the cabin area, the ship control area, whatever it's called, brain.
The bridge?
The bridge, thank you. Arms crossed, not pressing any buttons, just willing the ship to do the things.
I mean, there might be a penalty for that, but it's quite possibly made up for by the bonus.
I know this strategy.
Okay. So the first order of business is to decide what sort of approach you're going to take. Are you going to wind up, say, in ship combat if the pirates notice you and take off?
We should give them a fighting chance.
Do any of us know how to use ship weapons?
I know how to throw ship weapons that aren't ours.
Until you said the second half of that sentence, the next thing out of my mouth was going to be a threat, so, good talk.
I actually don't see any ship weapons labeled on this at all, but,
It has some minimal weapons.
It's got 3 Sith and a Lord Stabby that I snuck on board. We don't need additional weapons.
Well, for ship combat we do.
I'm the ranged attack.
Perhaps we should land.
I think this sounds like boarding action.
I mean, do you want to attempt to approach in a stealthy fashion, or do you want to just sort of fly over there and hope that you're fast enough to prevent them from noticing you?
You know, fly casual.
As much as Ran is confident in Sen's piloting abilities, Ran would prefer to go on foot because everyone getting inside one ship is putting all your eggs in one basket. And the ship is also our way home.
I mean, you'll have to fly over to the next planet over to get there in the first place, but, you know.
Well, yes, but then approach on foot rather than flying in from the upper atmosphere going, "Hi, guys!"
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Well,
banner
ultimately,
space.
it's up to the pilot. But
That too. We try to make them think that we're one of them by hoisting a pirate flag and taping it to the side of the ship, but it's the pirate flag from One Piece.
The spy station there, the outpost that has the intel, does have the transponder emissions of the Imperial ships that they're faking.
They're not allowed to fake Imperial ships. They haven't filed the proper paperwork for that.
good.
It's illegal.
Or you can just not be transponder going at all and attempt to do ship stealth.
Well, clearly Ontario is broadcasting one of the fake transponders they're broadcasting. Then probably they'll assume someone captured a ship.
I'm getting Cyloning,
Oops.
and it was Beth and E. But
I
you were the
hear
two
no
that were talking.
siloning on either of our parts or from you.
My thought process is, while it was both of you that I was hearing siloning for, you were the two who were talking. So it may very well be that was the...
Mm.
If you could say what Sen was saying again.
Well, if a ship shows up that does not look like an Imperial ship, and it's broadcasting the fake transponders that, well, transponder singular, let's not slap all of them on here, I'm not a fleet here.
Not with that attitude.
Broadcasting one of the fake transponders they use, they might assume that somebody captured a ship and is bringing it back.
When you say we're not strapping them all to the side, a Jawa outside your ship lowers the basket they were handing up to a different Jawa and just walks away dejectedly.
Sorry.
And they just got a new roll of space duct tape.
I will let the players decide their approach.
Rand does not consider himself an expert in the field, so he is going to yield to, between the two of them, Sen might be the better tactician. I'm saying this from memory instead of looking at your character your skills. Rand's strategy is walk in and let TK others sort it out. This is not always the best strategy, and he knows.
I don't know, who does have a tactics skill?
I don't think any of us.
Nicola does.
Is she over at Craft Services?
I don't think...
Statement.
Well, maybe.
Everyone left here when I came to visit.
I'm not seeing any tactics on a quick skim of anybody's character sheet whatsoever.
Anything possibly relating to
Danger sense?
I think that's the closest we got.
I mean, you're not... I have fast draw lightsaber.
You never use it.
No. Why do I even have this ability as a different one?
I feel like your fast draw lightsaber is probably actually more like you're force drawing it, but...
Ram points, and then the lightsaber flies off his belt and smacks someone in the face.
Well, normally it was you were yanking it into your hand because, you know, that's sort of required at Korriban. The overseers are jerks like that, but...
Use my hands like a peasant.
I'm surprised I didn't give you any tactics. Oh, well.
Now I'm just picturing Rand in a lightsaber duel, fighting the entire time with his hands behind his backs. Well, backs, yeah, plural. His hands behind his back while the lightsaber just moves in the air.
It's entirely possible. Does anyone want to come up with a plausible other skill to use, or a default, or...
Well, what are we trying to use it for?
Approaching.
Presumably something to give any assistance to we're just going to fly in and act like we're a captured ship.
Forced entry.
Would
that was a shot in the dark.
Streetwise help me know how to act like a pirate ship?
Ooh.
That makes sense.
Means Rand was right. No, just made it. That was triple fours, dear listener.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a 12. 12 is a competent
it's a number.
Value. Yeah. Okay. You figure you can do this. You can pull this off. You're going to go for it, I assume.
That is my plan if no one has a better one.
I trust you.
I trust you.
Okay. You will go in openly and basically scan for where there's probably another ship or something, and just, you've got the transponder. You're a natural at this, right? Right. Let's give a roll. Okay, hop over onto this one so that I can actually look at the... No. Oh, that's a good roll, but, Okay. You get, as you get very close to the planet, a comm transmission incoming. Ping, ping, ping. Ping, ping, ping.
Well, that sounds like I shouldn't be the one on the phone.
It's coming from the planet.
So I should on the ship.
I'll pick up if you want me to.
Yeah, I might need to do evasive maneuvers.
All right. What name are we telling them we have?
The Imperial Shuttle God of Ducks.
Griff? What the Griff, Brand?
You said what name? I came up with a name. It's either that or Space Chicken Marsala.
I think perhaps those are not our two options.
Yes, but now anything you suggest will be considered better by comparison.
Ping, ping, ping. Ping, ping,
All right,
ping.
I'll pick up the comm. Yes, hello.
All right, who's using this transponder code?
This is shuttle long string of numbers 37B-N. You're expecting us, aren't you?
No, we're not.
We were told you would be.
Ugh.
Listen, we've been on this supply run for days. Can we at least land?
Give me a fast talk or other appropriate roll. And took acting, maybe. Ooh.
Missed by
I'm going to spend
2.
my luck points.
Don't forget your inspiration
I
die.
admit I thought your fast talk skill was higher than mine, not a point lower.
That's a different character of Ellie.
Oops. Hmm.
Well, by the way, that perception roll was me trying to find a good landing site.
The comm transmission has actually quite helped because it gave you a spot on the planet to look around for that was a bit more detailed than what you had gotten of. I mean, they gave you a continent basically from the outpost. It's not like they had really great, right here on the map. So the comm signal is actually quite helpful. It's at least somewhat nearby, hopefully. There does appear to be it's the sort of clearing where there's these giant trees around, but if you go sort of down and under them, then yeah, you might be able to get to a clear area.
Great. Excellent.
What is your acting skill, Ellie?
14.
14? Okay, all right, just a bare success then. As Sen is navigating to the approximate area. All right, bring the ship in. Which
Listen, if you don't want the supplies, that's fine. Just we'll let us refuel. We'll pay you for the fuel, and you can leave.
You are not the ship that we're expecting, but if someone's sending supplies, we'll look at them.
All right.
You can just stay on the ship, and we'll send somebody out.
As you like. I've been here for a week. I don't suppose another hour will hurt.
We'll try to be quicker than that. Here's the coordinates. You gotta come down below the tree line in just these coordinates here, and then you look for the gap. Got it?
All right.
Okay. Just for fun, Sin, go ahead and give me a piloting roll to get between all these big old trees here. There is a gap, but...
Which one do you...
Piloting?
I have 2 pilots.
It's high maneuverability.
Yeah.
Okay. And what... My bonus...
It's on the map.
Down somewhere. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Bottom of the map.
Thank you.
Made by 10.
Made it by 10.
That's a RAND number.
Just about.
The ship likes me.
Mm-hmm. You're one with the ship and the ship is with you. Something like that.
The ship gets close to the trees, it turns, and the engine makes a sort of growling noise. The trees back away.
It's more like slipping through quite expertly, and you just have the flow here. You're in the zone. And oh look, there's a little landing spot right there, and you don't see another ship currently in this particular landing spot, which is a little bit you might squint at that. There were a few other places you could have turned, though, that would have been slightly different coordinates, so maybe they've got different clearings? Maybe. Okay, you settle to the ground. At the moment, you don't see anyone visible in this area. Perhaps you get a few minutes.
Well.
So how long before we start testing ragdoll this?
And Tuxa has just done Force Sense with a critical success.
Oh, that was a 3.
That was a 3. And Tuxa, remind the audience what Force Sense does.
You sense nearby currents in the Force, and with a moment's concentration can feel the presence of the minds around you, especially those of Force users. This sense extends to a range of 50 yards times your degree of success. My degree of success was 11. If your Force sense is higher than your perception, it is not. Well, actually, it may be. No, it's not.
And Tuxa says, tell me about all the Force users on the planet. No, you may have misunderstood. You may have thought I said, tell me about a whole bunch of Force users.
And Tuxa. Okay. This planet is very low on life forms above about insect or... Yeah, it's basically insect level and maybe some sort of fishy insects in the oceans, but there are of them. There are a lot of trees. Some of the trees may actually be force-sensitive trees, but they're trees. They're extremely tree-ish. They aren't sapient.
They might branch out.
Hmm?
Some of them might change their ways. They could branch out.
They could. But they're very deep-seated. So,
Yeah, put down roots. I get it.
yeah, let's leave that behind. The other mines you are picking up, let's see, we are doing 55 yards, was it? Meters, whatever.
550.
550. Thank you. That's a lot of yards. You're picking up around maybe as many as 20 other mines. None of them feel force sensitive. A couple of them are approaching fairly expeditiously, but not like running.
They're doing that power walk thing that you see in episodes of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm. Or trotting, or, they're not bolting, but they're not idling around. They all feel agitated. You made a crit success.
Breaking the game with the Force.
Breaking the game with the Force. Breaking the game with crit successes.
I will relay this to the others.
Sorry, how many did you say? My brain had
About 20.
All right, I'll take the 10 on the left. Sen, you take the 10 on the right. And Tuxa, force lightning everyone.
Force storm.
Everyone else will be, ran to the left of me, Sen to the right, stuck with force lightning in the middle.
I got 2 of you.
So I know I'm bad at the whole incognito, so I'm just going to follow your lead. As soon as we start knocking heads together, I'm happy to join in.
Everyone's gathered in the large airlock. Yes, you did abscond with that thing. It does have a large airlock. Okay. Just going to await them coming up, huh?
Well, 2 of us can turn invisible. Should
Ren says,
one of us be invisible?
Ren says, I'll follow your lead. The other 2 characters turn invisible. Or maybe I won't. Ram made stealth by 2. Does he turn invisible? Don't answer that. It's a good question that's asked. Does anyone turn invisible?
I'll let Sen do it, since I'm the one who talked to them.
You're also bright red, but Sen made invisibility by 5. Bran, you are being as inobtrusive as possible, but you are in an airlock.
Well, there is one place to hide in an airlock. Inside a spacesuit that they don't realize is occupied.
You could do that.
I mean, they're coming over expeditiously is the word that was used, which is a fun word. I'm not sure Rand can get the spacesuit on fast enough.
That is a thing, since Rand does not really have swift spacesuiting.
I mean, he could TK it to go faster, but he would not want to be caught partway through suiting up. So
there is that.
He's just going to stand unobtrusively over to the side and be ready to introduce people to Kerbal spaceflight, which means some altitude acquired, but mistakes will be made.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to open the door and extend the ramp? It probably does need a ramp for landing on the ground and not docking with something.
Yeah, sure.
It'd be fun to watch them climb.
A couple of humans come tromping up. They look like they're wearing something that almost approximates a uniform, at least insofar as a, jacket and shirt in roughly matching each other colors.
It's a uniform in that the props department or costume department went to the department store nearby and bought the same shirt in a stack of 5.
Maybe, or maybe they looted the same thing. They've got blaster pistols, and they are in fact carrying them drawn. One of them steps up the ramp, and I will make a perception roll just in case somehow they crit fail. I'm sorry, Ran, you have been observed.
That's their first mistake.
Despite your very best efforts to hide in roughly a blank room.
I appreciate that you have taken this joke roll to its logical conclusion. Let's continue.
Kay, do not recognize you.
I have one of
Well,
those
hired
faces.
hand, I would imagine not.
I need to look at. There they are. +1. Okay.
For the record, I'm a freelance accountant. It's amazing how people don't hire us who need them.
Right. You're red.
I'm told that a lot.
I think it's the lighting.
I don't recognize either of you, so why don't you come along quietly, and maybe you'll be good for ransom.
I honestly don't think either of us knows how to be quiet.
Also, I have an alternative proposal.
And that would be, says the person aiming a blaster at you people.
That's
Everything.
mind tricks made by 8.
You see the supplies on the ship exactly as I have described them to you, and you trust us implicit.
You're doing both of them. Do we have a penalty for doing more than one? I assume you're trying to hit both.
I forget what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I made it by 8, so...
Yeah.
I think I already have an
Let me
episode
do
called
a-
Rand Numbers, but I feel like this episode needs to be called Rand Numbers.
Okay. I am going to have to look at the penalty because that's going to potentially affect the. Hello, cat sitting on my throat. Okay. How did I spell that in Mind Tricks? Well, I have to figure out if I use the hyphen or not. I can't search on it if I don't. If I have. There's my Mind Tricks. Oh, come on, you criffing thing. Why are you like this? There's that. There's that.
The last version I have doesn't have a affecting.
It does, however, have the things themselves, I would assume.
Ah, yes, the things.
The sense emotions, etc.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. Porcelain Nimbus. Obfuscation. It was not working to find it. Okay. No, I don't seem to have a... We should fix that at some point. Okay, but... All right, at a start... How much did you make that by again?
8.
8. I think that you have made it by enough that while one of them tries very valiantly to resist your overwhelming... It's like, right, you've got everything and we trust you. Sure, we just got to start hauling some of the stuff off the ship. We got to get to the cargo.
Naturally.
May I make a roll for something that I would have done earlier?
Sure.
I totally would have moved a crate of MREs over. Look, it would definitely be here. We know Ran, and technically it's cargo.
There's your crate of MREs.
I easily, by 17, moved to here all by myself.
I will rename this particular
Cargo container.
cargo container.
I love that you have a tile there for cargo container. Cargo container of MREs.
Yes. Furthermore, it is neutral.
You take that back. This is hostile and you know it. Hostile to who? Yes. It particularly doesn't like that band. We don't know why. Or that person on first base.
The grumpy fellow who was doing the talking holsters his weapon and steps up to start, get behind that cargo container and give it a shove, basically. Lay hands on it, start tugging. Okay, you push on this end and I'll pull on this end.
Oh, if you... Hold on. Ren, is this one of the ones with the little wheels on the bottom that has the lever?
What Rand doesn't say is, why would I even need that? But, 1 second, I believe it is. I am totally going to pretend that it is and make it lighter because I made my TK other roll by 50.
Rand numbers. I'll just drag them off a bit here.
They're going to be really shocked if I ever lose my concentration.
Indeed.
Or overcompensate for loss of concentration.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll bring this one in. We'll get send some of the other guys out after.
All right. Would you like us to accompany you?
You don't mind the other guys coming in and getting the crates. There's got to be more in this, right?
Of course. Why would I mind?
Right. Okay.
There's probably 3 more crates at least. Look,
This is
I
Ran,
need a
after all.
wide variety of MREs. variety is the spice of life.
We've been playing for about an hour. Let's say we take a break.
Okay. As we go to take a break and the volume fades out, we hear the other Ran continuing to talk about his MRE ranking chart. Now, once you get into the space potatoes, they are prepared in a variety of ways, and some of them have some excellent spices that help to bring out the flavor of the potato itself.
Pause.
Hey, this is Editing Room Crash again. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Because these were 2 part 1s, we don't have the plugs in here, so here they are. You can find all of the books that EO's mom writes over at elizabethmccoy.com. We take all these podcasts and put them on aaronbsmith.com, and you can be a Patreon patron over at patreon.com/cogwheelgaming, where you'll join other illustrious patrons, including Ellie, Liv, Paul, Shen, Walter, and patron emeritus Cindy.